Oh, welcome back. I said your employee, like anybody out there today that is going to employ you, they are not going to ask for your they are not going to ask for your CV. Probably they will ask for your portfolio. Like they will ask for what you have done so far. What can you do? And that is actually what we are trying to balance up in the firm in Overtech. We are not just training theory. We are here to train practical. You how to handle the skill that you say you want to learn, even when you get to uh any like you go to any for any job opportunity. Not just that you are just learning for learning sake, you want to just learn the rudiment of it, but no, you are learning the core of it. How can you like go about it? How can you handle it? Be it on data, be it on UI, be it on automation and all other courses that we offer in the firm. So please, I just want to encourage and want us to pay a very close attention to whatever you'll be taught in the firm academy, because whatever you are going to be taught here is just going to be the things that you're going to see out there. Probably you go for any interview. Please, is an encouragement. And another thing that we still say before we dive into what we have to do today is that it is not just I want to learn. It is for you to practice what you've learned, for you to be a recognized tech guru or a professional tech guru, like let me just say a skillful man on what you do. Your consistency matter more. Your consistency matter more. You need to be consistent in what you do. Practice, do what, like, in fact, do more than what you have been taught in the class. Try what they have not taught you. Look forward to challenge, because for you to be good in tech, like in tech communities, just for you to try what people have not tried before. Check if it's going to work. And we have a lot of community that you can just like join, whereby you ask questions even if you are lost. Please, if you can't hear me in any moment, can just let me know. Please, probably my network just went off. Please, kindly let me know in any moment you couldn't hear me again. Thanks for that. Uh it is not just like you are learning. You learn and know what you are doing. For you to be like now, for you to be like to be strong in this community, you just need to practice, strengthen your hand. I mean, you train your hand on what you do. Not just that the people are just calling you out there that you are a designer, whereby you in yourself you know that you can't do anything. You don't even know the difference between a frame and a shape, and you call yourself a designer. You just need to be good at what you do. Be good, be good at what you do. And for you to be good at what you do is what I'm just trying to encourage us about. It's all over for you now to just practice, strengthen your hands, practice, work on projects, challenge yourself. I remember when I think I learned twice. I learned twice. But to the glory today, I am super proud of myself. I'm very super proud of myself. Please, on this note, please, I am just trying to encourage us to like just put in our best to get the best for ourselves. Okay? I repeat again, you put in your best. I mean your very best to get the best. Okay? In today's class, we go just going to be looking into the fundamental of like the foundation aspect of UI UX. I believe a lot of us probably learned something, we heard something from people before. Like this is what UI UX is all about. This is what it is being done in UI UX. We are going to clear ourselves, like know what is UI UX, understand, have the basic understanding of UI UX, okay? And we try to expose us to how it actually works, tools that we can actually use when it comes to designing. Okay, please give me a minute to just share my screen to see, for us to see what we have today. Please, is my screen visible to us? Please kindly help me to confirm if my screen is visible to us. Okay. It's just a minute. All right. In today's, as I said, we're going to be looking into the foundation of UI UX, and these are the learning objectives that we'll be covering today. We are going to try to cover to understand UI and UX design, know the responsibility of a UI and UX designer, learn the complete UI UX design process, discover career opportunity, install and understand Figma, navigate the Figma interface and create their like just to create our first design. Okay, so in this week one, lesson one, that is all what we're going to be looking into. And this is just a question. I think I dropped something on the group chat. Just like basically just think personally, just think right now, like think about the last app you used today, like the last product you just used today. Was it WhatsApp? Was it Facebook? Is it TikTok? Bank app? Both Uber? Just think of those things that you just like the particular like the last product you used today. Just think about it. Okay, and the possible questions like answers to all what like are like possible answers to those products you use is just that is the product easy to use? That product is it beautiful? Uh is it fast? Is the product simple? Like is it like is everything just being easy to just find? We have a lot of products, a lot of people are they are just like they are just frustrated using the product. They want to do something, they couldn't do it. They want to try something, they couldn't do it. And they just try to like uninstall the product just because they couldn't navigate all through particular product. We just like, it's not just about you having a very beautiful screen, having a very beautiful design. It's all about the two things: having a good design, which is the beautiful face of your design, and having a good experience while using that design, while using that particular product. Sorry. So those are the things that we just like you just need to pay attention to now that you are now on the journey to become a UI UX designer now. This is when you now understand that, oh, this product that I was using, oh, this product like they needed to just like do some amendment here. They need just to just try to do some restructure this product here. Oh, this product is like it can be giving users issues this particular area. Okay, so now your question: why do you enjoy using that particular app even you have used a product and the product is very very wonderful? Think of it as WhatsApp. Everybody enjoy using WhatsApp today just because of the flexibility. You can actually, even someone that doesn't have any like doesn't go to school in his or life, he can actually navigate through WhatsApp. WhatsApp is one of the products that in the world today that is very very like it attracts users, and user like always they find it easy to use. Okay, so now the question now is that what is UI? What is UI? UI simply means user interface. I repeat again, user interface. You see, everything user can see and touch, that is just UI. And we have some people that they just specify on that particular career. Like they just base themselves that they just want to be a UI designer. And UI, just like I said earlier, it simply means the button you press on any product, the icons you see like on any product, the images that you saw on any product, color, the typographics means the fonts you saw on any product, navigation, how you navigate from one screen to another. Be it probably you are using OPay, you navigate from from the dashboard to for your to your profile, to your settings and all of that. Cards, Those are the things that, those are the things that form the components of UI. Those are the things that make a product a product. And it is UI is just like the visual appearance of a product, what user interact with. Oh, you imagine you log into your OPay account and you now discover that that particular card that like that hold on to your balance, you couldn't see it again. You'll be like, OPay, is it that they started like they want to scam us again? Okay, your mind will go. Your mind will go, or you just like you felt like, wait, there's a particular button that you just like, probably used to save on OPay, you used to do some contribution of on OPay. There's a particular button you now try, you've locked your money on OPay. You now discover that you couldn't find that button again. So UI means the interface itself, what user touch, what user see, what user interact with, and what makes the products attractive to users. Okay, what makes the product attractive to users. That is what UI simply means. Moving forward, and we have UX. Now said, what is UX? UX simply means users experience, the experience of our users. Oh, the product that we try to design, it is very easy for users to use. I've seen some people that it is like, if it's not even some people, even before me, I could be able to navigate through Temu. It is a bit difficult for me. I tried to until I saw someone that just put me through on how to use that particular product. And again, I have seen also from people that like they have that kind of the same challenges that I have, until I walk them through on how to go through the other process on Temu. It's an experience, users experience. That is the UX. And the brain behind any product today is the user experience, because it's the user experience, the UX, that makes people move forward to go and research on how they can do things better. Probably for people that are conversant, like people that are into tech before, if a developer, they want to build a product, like they want to build a mobile product before, a lot of developer in like before 2017, they use some uh, uh they use some particulars like languages then, not the language that people are using now. There's a language that is you can just like it is cross platform. I mean, cross platform now. It's something that you can run on both mobile, you can run on both web, you can run on both iOS. Just it works on all platforms. And it's someone that just think about that, like, oh, instead of companies to be having issue with that expensive like employment of different developers, someone that will handle the Android version, someone that will handle the iOS versions, why can't we look for what can work better, whereby we code and that code can actually run on all platforms? Be it we don't like, they don't even want to care how that platform look like. Is it iOS, is it web, is it Android? They will like, you will have a single code, and that single code will run on all other platform. Is a thinking of someone, is a research of someone, and that person said, oh, I need to make life easier for people. Okay, as I said, UX means user experience. It focuses on how user feel while using a product. Even as I used to tell my students, I used to tell them, if you are designing, you are not designing for yourself. The first thing that should come to your mind is that you are not designing for yourself. You are designing for people out there to use. If you are a graphic designer, it won't funny that you have like probably you've met a client before and you like try to make a design, and that design is very sweet in your own eye. Very, very sweet in your own eyes, until you send that design to your client and your client rejected it, that no, he doesn't like how the design look. You will be like, the design that is very like okay like this. That is why you need to know that you are not designing for yourself. You are designing for people, because it's people that will know that this thing that you did is it's not giving making sense. It's not giving them what it's supposed to give them. It focus on user feel, the way they feel. In fact, as a designer, you first empathize, like just like empathize, like do as if you are the users, feel their pain. Please, can someone confirm if I'm audible? All right. Now, we should ask a question like we should ask a question like this particular product, is it easy? Is it confusing? Is it enjoyable? Can user achieve their goal quickly? As a UI UX designer, those are the questions that should come to your mind as a designer. Like you are done with the design process. Now is like is it easy to navigate? Even you yourself try to navigate through it. Is it easy? Like, is the product confusing? Is it enjoyable? Can user achieve their goal? The best things for you to get out there, the first thing to just to push you to have a very high demand in people signing into your product is to have like just to for users to be able to achieve their goal just quickly, because they don't send you, they just want to use your product, and if the product is not good, they will go to another, like they will use another product. That is one of the reasons why um that is one of the reasons why the fintech product now is making sense more than all those commercial bank products. Not that they don't design their product very well, but the kind of network that you get in those fintech products, it's different from the kind of network that you get from those commercial bank products. In a minute, money point have, like, you receive your alert if you send money on money point, probably opay you, like, very easy to just use. Okay, moving forward, we want to look like UI versus UX. UI versus UX, for us to have understanding between the two. As a designer, you must understand the key of that two role. You can choose to be a UI designer, you can also choose to be a UX designer, and you can now still like choose to be a UI UX designer. Okay, but for me, I will just advise you to just go for being a UI UX designer, because you must understand the role of UX in UI, and you must understand the role of UI in UX, so the two works together. For you not to design a product that is confusing out there, you need to just understand the two logic, both the UI and the UX, how it works together. Once you can be able to combine the two together, you are good to go. Okay, UIs, like, basically is just, as I said earlier, is for like beauty, like the beauty of how the product look like, the background color, the font size, the font weight, the grid, the buttons, the text button, all of it, how it works, the position, the alignment, the padding, the spacing, the layout itself. So it deal with that. Just deal with basically like the beauty, color, button, typographical, all what you are seeing on my screen today. The way this thing, the way Google Meet, structure or the interface that we're actually using now is just the UX. It is very easy for you to just you just click and you join the meeting, and you start listening. You want to mute yourself, you click on that microphone button and it work for you perfectly. You want to, like, just try to cancel, probably you want to leave the call, you try to go back, click on that red button and you leave the call. Oh, you don't want your camera to just pop up, you just try to click on that, and you just switch your camera. Okay, and UX simply means the experience. All what I just made mention now is my experience using mute. Oh, it is very easy to just click on that microphone button for me to mute myself, or click on that camera button for me to cancel my camera, and all of that. Another thing about UX is research. As I said earlier, the role of UX is very, very important, because it's them that know the pain point. Is when you now turn to a UX designer, that is when you won't be designing blindly again, because you know the pain point of of users out there, and you've made some research about the product, and you know the pain point of users out there, and you want to, like, just make a very wonderful design. One of the advantage those fintech companies, I mean, fintech bank are using today is what? Is network. Is network. They tried to research on those our commercial bank and they discovered that they used to have network issue. And they now prioritize network stability of their own network for the product that they are building out there today. Instant alert. Because when it comes to money, you know, user is they used to be very, very careful because they don't want anybody, they don't want to be scammed. Especially when it comes to banks that they don't have offices and all of that. And they know that, oh, users can be like, they can be very, very careful when it comes to that. And they just like use advantage of that. Oh, we must make sure that our network is very, very fast. It's a research they make and they are using it as an advantage. You see the design of their ATM, very like, fresh, is different from how commercial bank design their ATM. Okay, user journey, user journey. This is another thing again about it. How users, like how they are able to just do some things, how they like move, how they it is like you go to Play Store. In fact, there's one of the things as a designer, if you want to download any product on Play Store, you try to read the reviews of people that have downloaded the product before and know what they are facing about the product before you move further and download the product. If you want to download anything on Play Store, probably on Play Store, on Apple Store, or on Google Store, you just try to read the review. Let that review decide based on the review that you read before you even download the product. Another one is problem solving. UX also deal with problem solving. They want to solve problem because that problem that they have discovered, they want to use it as an advantage on the existing product. And the last but not the least is user satisfaction. User satisfaction. As I said, you are, as a designer, you are not designing for yourself, but designing for users, people out there to use. People out there to use. You can feel like if I put the button here, it's going to be very easy for me. But users might find it difficult to just get that, oh, is this actually a button? Imagine you place your navigation button, you now place it up. Well, everybody, all users that we have in the whole world, they know that any navigation button of a mobile product is going to be beneath the phone. Imagine you now put your own up. It's going to be like, it's going to cause a confusion. Okay, simple anatomy of UI UX. Just the simple anatomy, you just need to know is that UX is the body. Just know that UX is the body. Why? I mean, sorry for that. UI is the body. What you see on your screen, be it web, be it mobile, be it web app, okay? Even be it what you see on your televisions today, is actually the work of the designer. The digital resource that you are using today is actually a work of the designer. Okay? It is the body, and the UX is the brain. The UX is the brain. Moving forward, we have why UI UX matter. Why UI UX matter. It is very, very matter in any product out there because it increases sales. I think the top fintech in Nigeria today, I think it's Money Point, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Money Point. It increases sales because the easier your product, the more you get more people to sign product. And again, is that just we have the good part of it, good design. These are the good things, like the characteristics of a good design. It increases, and what's the benefit of a good design? The benefit of it makes products easy. If you design a good design, if you have a good design, it makes that product, it make it easy to fly. Another one is it build trust. Think of the example I made, I just made in the other time there regarding OPay advantage they use over those commercial bank in terms of their network. Okay, it build trust. It improve customer retention. It improves customer retention. People that they find your product easier. The last time they were still coming back today. Think of it like Temu today. If you are not careful about Temu, you will go and borrow money and buy product on them on their platform. If you are not like if you are not careful, you go and borrow money and buy things on their platform because they will be displaying it to you because they are just looking for a way to get customer, and once you buy you still go back again. Once you buy you still go back again. It makes business profitable. It makes the business profitable. Think of it during the era of cashless in Nigeria, whereby there is no cash around us, and people just that is when ATM, I mean POS machine now went viral at that time. Everybody is now doing that business and all of that. Imagine the product that is imagine they have like I believe that there are some products that came out during that cashless and they are not in existence again. It is not because of any other thing, it's because of their UI and the experience of users when using that particular product. Think of it in the era of to go. Who is using to go these days? It is not that to go did not like it is not that they did not have users, but it's based on not like improving their users experience. I remember when WhatsApp also came. I think WhatsApp came with this Nokia phone was the first phone that is accepting WhatsApp that time. Okay, imagine to go. They try to improve in their UI and their UX. It will have been more better. Okay, the poor design. See the poor designs. These are the characteristics and like characteristics of poor design. It confuses users. It causes frustration. Lead to abandon app. It reduce revenue. As you on call today, if you use a product that frustrate, I have deleted the product today on my phone because I find it useless. It's not giving me what I want. Because whenever you download the product, you have an expectation. You have you have the reason why you download the product. Imagine you now download the product and that product is not giving you what you want. You delete it away because you don't want that product to just occupy the space of your phone. Lead to abandon. That is why you see some. That is why you see some. You will be seeing some. You receiving uh some automatic email like subscription email, some product you have actually registered, like you have actually used, but you find it difficult to use and you delete it. They will still be mailing you that no, see, oh, we have these new features on on our product, we have this and we have that. But see, the first experience you had with them, you don't just want to go there again. It reduce, and as you abandon it, not going there again, as it caught frustration, as it caught confusion, their revenue reduce. Think of it as to go that I cite as an example. Who is using the to go again? Sorry to say, I don't even think they have like business model. Moving forward, said the UI UX design project. There is no product, there is no any career that doesn't have like process, the way things are done in that particular career. I don't like any industry in the whole world. They have how things is being done. And in UI UX design, we have it this way. The first thing is research. As I said, you understand your user. I will be trying to go back to how those fintech banks, they makes like advantage of the research that they have done on those commercial bank. Okay, the research now means that this is where the work of UX is coming in because you are using the experience of UX that you have. You understand your users. Please, you understand your users. And that's what like another process is divine the problem that people are facing. What is that problem that people are facing? I will still go back to my example that I cited the other time regarding OP and all this fintech bank and commercial bank. They define the problem that people are using, people out there are like having, whereby they now use that problem, they solve it, and they use it as an advantage to their own product. You identify users' pain and you use it as an advantage to your own product. It's just like when we are in school, probably people that know, probably when we are, if we are solving as and mathematics like this, there are some people that they will solve it fast and they will go and submit. And unfortunately, the teacher will now tell them that the mistake they made here is that, oh, they make the mistake here, they should go and correct it. You now that you have not submit before, we just try to, please, sorry, uh give me a moment. All right. Now another thing is ideation, like the ideation process. The ideation process. That ideation process is, I would like to cite this man like as an example. I so much love the man. I used to read his book a lot, which is Pastor Sam Adeyemi. There is a book that he wrote. He said, "Idea rule the world." Idea rules the world, meaning that there is nothing under this world today that did not come through idea. You've tried to research, you've tried to understand user pain, but now you now try to sit down because you are now in ideation stage. You try to like, oh, this product now, we've tried to research, we try to gather the pains of users out there. Okay, what should we do? How should we design this product? How should we leverage it? What should be the business model of this product? Okay, that is when your idea will now, is good. Once you try to, plan your ideas very well, that is when the product can now, move to wireframe stage. And what is wireframe? Wireframe stage is just the sketching of that solution. There is no building, like, I mean, a standard building on health today. Even the one that is not standard, there will be a sketch of it. Even people that are so close, they know they have sketch of what they want to sew. So you need to just sketch out how your product is going to look like, the button that is going to be on your product, the screens that is going to be on your product. And let me be frank with you. There is no any screen that you like, there is no any screen that you get to, and any product that you use today, it is being designed. So just know that a single screen can give birth to 6 screen. Dashboard itself alone, some dashboard can give birth to like 15-20 screen. Probably you want to pay for electricity bill, you click on that, it take you to another screen, you click on that, it move you to another screen, you click on that, it still move you to another screen until you get to successful screen. Until you get to that, like that success screen that, oh, it now give you that there is a converter now pop up and now say, oh, it's been successful now, and you copy whatever pin that you want to copy and you load your card. Okay, you need to sketch how your product is going to look like, and you sketching it, you are going to understand the flow of that your product. Okay, and UI, we now move to the UI stage. The UI stage, which is the design stage. You designing your beautiful screen, adding a good font, adding good padding, adding good shapes, adding good color, font weight, adding best illustration, adding best pictures that can makes your users understand what you're actually like telling them in that particular screen. Adding the best icons that can explain what you are trying to explain to users at that particular moment. That is UI design stage. You gathering, like, you now turning that idea to what? You try to turn the idea to wireframe, and now turning that wireframe to what? To a beautiful design. And after that, we move to prototype. I don't know, probably you've tried, maybe probably you've received some link from some designer before. They will be trying to tell you that, please help me to navigate through this screen, help me to tell, probably we have any button that that disconnects and all of that. Prototype is just you connecting your screen together. It's going to work the way the product is going to work after development, after it has been launched on probably Play Store or Apple Store or Google, Windows Store, a Microsoft Store. Sorry. Okay, it's going to work like you click on the button, it's going to land you to another page. You click on the button is going to work the way it should work after development, but it's just the prototype because there are some wire that you're going to be connecting together after your design. After your design, you connect those wires together, and that is what will give you a flow. You click on a button, it takes you to another screen. You click on a button, and it takes you to another screen. That is the product, and a lot of designers find it difficult to even to prototype their product because sometimes it used to be overwhelmed, whereby especially whereby you have a lot of screen before you now start connecting them together, joining them together, making sure that you are not connecting them to wrong screen, you are not connecting to wrong button, and all of that. And another one is testing. Testing is after you've done with your prototype, you connect your screen together, and you try to send the link to your prototype to people to get feedback. If probably, sorry, if probably everything work perfectly, people are going to tell you some errors that they face when they are trying to navigate all through. They will try to tell you the button that is not working, the button that is not being connected, the screen that is not being connected, the screen that caused on the way, and all of that. And after that, you improve, and you try to improve your design. You refine that design. Moving forward, please, just a minute. I think I'm having a very slow network. Please, just a minute. No, I think I'm having network. Please give me a minute. All right. Moving forward, we said who can become a UI designer, or who can become a UI UX designer? Anyone? Anyone can learn that, be it a student, a teacher, or developers, entrepreneurs, graduates, NYC members, business owners. And do you know why anybody can learn it? It is no coding is required. Like, you are not coding anything because some people like they run away for code. If it's code, no, they don't want to do coding and all of that too. Please, if this call end and we are not done with what we have to do today, I'll try to generate another link to us so we can rejoin back. Please, if this meeting end without covering what we have to do today because we've wasted a lot of time before, I will try to generate another link and we drop it to the group chat, and you please try your possible best to join with the new link. All right. What are the career opportunity in UI UX in that particular field? That's field UI UX. We have UI designer, as I said, like the designer that just deal with the interface, what user touch, button, what user see, the beauty attraction like of that particular product. They deal with that, which is UI designer. And we have UX researcher. They try to understand the pain point of user, they feel the pain of users, and they research on what they can actually use as an advantage on any existing product. And we have product designers. They understand everything about that particular product, how it works, the business model, and how they can actually mix it works together, be it UI, be it UX. And we have the mobile developer, we have the mobile designers. Also, mobile designers, they just like you just basically is like design for mobile app. Okay, you just design for apps. And we have web designers, they just basically design webs, be it website, be it web app. And in fact some also design software. And we have design consultants. They are just like, they consult for you, they tell you what will work on your product, they make you to understand what you can use an advantage to make your product, make it fly very well, and all of that. And we also have freelance freelance designers, them they work remotely and all of that. And they said, how designer makes money, like how, like as a designer, how do you make money? You make money through freelancing, you make money through remote job, or tech company they can hire you, or agencies, startup. As a designer, you can be a startup. You try to have an ideas, you try to develop the ideas, and you just try to, probably you partner with some people. There are some things that people do in tech. You as a designer and someone is a developers, you can partner together. You tell the persons that we are changing skill. You also have a product you want to build. Tell me the product, let me work the design for you. I also have a product. I will give you the design and you develop it for me. So you exchange skills, not exchanging money this time around. The developer is going to develop for you. You as a designer, you are going to design for that developer. So it also works that way. International contracts, you receive contracts from probably international companies and all of that. Products design, personal, you just design products. And you can still go to all these startup meet up, whereby you meet people. There are some things that they used to do. They would say, all these things that they used to do during Christmas times, like they take a lot of goods to people, and their people showcase their products, looking for people that can actually collect the product from them, and sponsor that product. And as a designer, you can actually teach the same way I'm doing tonight. You can teach. And another thing is tools used by designers. We have a lot of tools that is being used by designer, but for the sake of this training, we're going to be, using just one particular tools. And that is why we put a very this coding in front of it. We are going to be using Figma. We have Adobe SD, we have Sketch, we have Photoshop, and we have Illustrators. All these apps, all these products is being used by designers, and they use to design the UI of any products. Moving forward, we are going to be going into the introductions to Figma. What is Figma? Figma is just a cloud-based UI UX design software. Figma is a cloud-based UI UX design software. It is basically used for what? To design a product. And it is actually a cloud-based. What I mean by cloud-based is something you use online. You can decide to download it and install it on your PC. You can still decide to be using it on just from browsers directly. You can be using it on browsers directly. What are the advantage of Figma, and why are we using it? It is free to an extent. At least you get a lot of Figma board that you can actually work on. And on a Figma board, you can work as much as possible on one Figma board. Will be showing us that. And you work online. Even once you log on your Figma web interface, and once your resources, that all the resources that you want to use are there, because of people that will be like, oh, I don't have a lot of data and all of that. Once you log into your Figma board, and all your resources that you want to use are there, you can off your data, and you keep working until you want to stay away from what you are doing for a while. And that is why you need to just you need to on your data back, because this Figma save work automatically, and you just need to you need to connect your data back for your work, for the work that you have been doing since morning, for those works to be saved. because once you off your PC without connecting your data, you might lose what you have been doing for hours. Okay. And the advantage of Figma again is that why a lot of people are using Figma is just that it is easy to collaborate with. You can work on a design here, and someone that is in UX can still be working on that board. That particular person is going to be working on that project together with you, and it's auto save, as I said earlier, and it's also cross platform. You can work on any devices, be it you are using Linux, you are using you are using Windows and all of that. Okay.